Hello, and thank you for joining us again for another episode of What's Cooking with Sandi Kern in the Desire to Be Well Kitchen. Sandi is a certified, I'm probably going to fudge this up, and Sandi, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a certified functional and integrative wellness coach. Okay, at least in that neighborhood, right? So thanks for giving me credit. She actually is local to us. She's in Washington, PA, and she has created an amazing cookbook, but it's more than that. It is a really guide to healthy living, the desire to be well. And I have a copy right here. I have my copy. And I have, oh, I just lost our page. I had it turned to our page, but 83, that's what it was. Yeah. It's just a guide to healthy living, Sandi, and that's what I love. So from last month, we did the Creamy Dreamy Mac and Cheese, which is a big hit with kids. But today I wanted to talk about your grilled fruit recipe. Like I said, we're going to provide everybody with a PDF on that, but it's on page 83 of your cookbook. But the one thing I wanted to touch on is because so many of the kids that we work with have texture sensitivities. So if you're able to present food in a different texture, they might be more receptive to eating it, because a lot of our parents are worried about getting a lot of vitamins and minerals in their kids. So talk to us today about your grilled fruit recipe. And it's quick and easy, and I just can't wait to try it for myself too.
Yes. So for anybody that has the book, it's page 83, right? This is in the dessert section, because grilled fruit is the perfect summertime, easy peasy dessert to have a sweet treat after and with your meal. So you can see we have our grilled fruit here. It's very, very simple. In the summer, it's so hot, nobody wants to be in the kitchen, especially mine, because I don't have air conditioning in this old house. But yeah, grilling is so much fun, but more importantly, getting the fruit, the hydration, the fiber, the vitamins, the flavonoids that are in fruit are so essential for our bodies. Some people will think, I need to, if I'm keto or I'm low carb, I can't have fruit, but essentially fruit is our body's way of cleansing. You've got to have the water and the minerals and the vitamins that come from fruit to cleanse your liver and to improve detoxification pathways. There's the science. But no, I mean, it's juicy, it's delicious, it's refreshing. You can't do better than summertime fruit because it's so fresh, usually from the orchard or from the farmer's market. Even the grocery stores now, they have a seasonal section where they have local produce. And, don't get hung up on it has to be organic or whatever. Clean, conventional, and locally sourced food is just as good as organic. But there's the clean 15, dirty dozen. If you have trouble, choosing which, to buy organic or not, like pineapples. You don't need to buy organic pineapples or avocados or watermelon, things like that. But berries, leafy greens, apples, things that are heavily sprayed, those things, you want to make sure that you're getting the cleanest, or that you give them a nice rinse in some vinegar water to help remove some of those chemicals and pesticides and whatnot. So anyway, but fruit is, nothing says summer but fruit, right? Fruit. You can grill watermelon. You can grill, I'll show you here. This is our pre-grilled today, but you can grill mangoes, avocados, apricots, pineapple. Here's a skewer with some black cherries on it that I drizzled some vanilla extract on. Grilled banana on a skewer. Other fruit kebabs. There's so much fun, and so much fun to make. So anyway, this is what they look like.
One question I have for you, Sandi, you talked about flavonoids. For those that don't know, what are flavonoids?
What are flavonoids? It's an antioxidant for the body. It's like they say, hey, drink red wine, it's good for you because of the resveratrol that's in there. The bioflavonoids, they're antioxidants and help your body on a cellular level.
I love that. Such good stuff. Okay, so let's get started.
Sure. So, okay. Again, we have lots of things that you can pick. I mean, just about any fruit can be grilled. You know, even apples. Like you can do apples in a campfire. You know, you can grill when you're camping or outdoors. You know, grill on your outdoor grill if you have an indoor grill, or if you have a grill pan, you can do any of those things as long as it's nice and hot and you get those nice little grill marks on there. But if you have a griddle, you can do that too. But stone fruit, we'll start with the apricot first. Anything with a stone, right? So we're looking at peaches, nectarines,
Avocado.
apricots, plums, and avocado. Sorry, a lot of people struggle with avocados. I'll help you choosing a good avocado, right? You see them sometimes they're green and they're like hard as baseballs, and you're like, well, how do you pick a ripe avocado? And when I work with my clients, you know, you give them just a little squeeze, and if they give a little bit, and you pop the little belly button there, and you'll see that it's not so green anymore, it's a little brown, and you have a ripe avocado. I always take my knife. I do this in my sleep, so forgive me. You just take it and you just run it around. There's a big pit inside, right? And then you have the two spheres here, one with a seed, one without. And to get the pit out is a struggle. Some people really hurt themselves. Take your knife, give it a good smack until it sticks in the seed. Give it a little twist. There you go.
So easy.
So easy. But, you know, oh, stone fruit, cherries, another one. And it's, you know, daunting. You're like, well, there's pits in there. What do you do? I always just stick, you can use a knife if you want to wiggle it out. More fun to just get your thumbs in there and pop that seed out. And it doesn't matter if they're a little mangled. Once they go on that skewer, they'll be beautiful.
And I think one good thing to point out here, Sandy, is it gives opportunities, as long as you can do it in a safe way, to get kids involved in cooking. Because a lot of what we talk about is presenting foods in non-aversive ways, and not when you're cooking with your kids and just doing this simple prep, it's a non-aversive way to let them feel it and touch it, experience the food without you forcing it to be in their mouth, without them, you know, having to chew it or sense it in any other way, but it's just like almost play to them. So it's a great opportunity to teach them these skills, but you know, another step towards eventually eating that food too. So I love it.
Certainly. And they're so fun. And avocados, you know, to the younger generation, they're not afraid of green things like we are. You know, like when we grew up, anything green was like, yuck. Well, avocado is now like a fun thing. There's cartoons with avocados, and you know, it's a lot more acceptable. So learn how to choose one so that it's right at that point of deliciousness. Look how pretty that is.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty. Bananas, you want them firmer than overripe, because you know they might just whoop right off the shish kebab skewer. But you can use them diced, or you can do them, you know, lengthwise, or just do the whole banana. You know, you can just get that peel off your nice banana, and you can just slice it. You can see me slice lengthwise. And even if, you know, it's too long or whatever, you can cut it in half. And there you go. You have a nice little slab. And then you can also cut them into little pieces.
Yeah, and I love that too. Then you can have your kiddo that they're having in the kitchen, right? You use a butter knife and trying to do those things too.
So simple, so simple. Get the shish kebab skewers. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. You know, get them wet so they don't burn. You know, if you soak them a little bit.
Oh, that's really important. Yeah.
Then the skewers won't burn. Some people have metal, and those work great too. But just, you know, fat end that way, and you just, you know, the kids can have so much fun doing this. Get a grape on there. piece of pineapple. Here's a cherry. Whoop. Here's a blueberry. You know, berries are so plentiful, especially this time of year. You know, they can have fun. They can learn patterns. You know, what comes next. You can use it as a learning thing if you want to, or just plain food fun, making kebabs. And again, have some fun with your toppings. You know, you can take your honey, get some good raw local honey, and you know how honey caramelizes so beautifully. You just take your little, make sure you get some good local honey, and you can take your, we'll get the, let's put it on the apricot. Not that apricots are not already unbelievably sweet and beautiful. You know, we always see that there's dried apricots, but you know, sometimes if you're lucky, you can get a fresh apricot. Apricots are really good for muscle recovery. That one's juicy. So there's your apricot. And you can just give it a little drizzle. And then you can sprinkle with a little cinnamon. We like cinnamon. I have a big container. People are like, oh, you like cinnamon. And then just tap your spoon. That way, or if you have a little shaker, there you go. So that way you're not getting a whole ton on there. And then you put that face down on the grill and it just magic, right? With the avocados, give them a little spritz. If you have avocado oil or coconut oil or olive oil, just give them a quick little spray. And then you set them face down like that on the grill. And then you can, when they're done, they'll look like this. And then you can drizzle a little balsamic vinegar on there. It is absolutely heaven. Our friend Julie, who lives in Florida, she taught me how to do this. And then a little splash on a platter. When you have the balsamic vinegar, it's out of this world. Our whole family, all the kids, everybody just went nuts.
I love that. I've never thought, I honestly have never thought, because I eat avocado toast most mornings because my brain just loves how I feel after I eat the avocado because it's a good healthy fat. But I never thought to mix the balsamic vinegar in that. I'm really interested to try that this week. That's so fun.
Just a little, some people have, like, they have like a sprayer. You can give it a with a mist of the balsamic, or just a, you know, a little drizzle, and a little more is not always bad. We have our homemade vanilla here. We also take our vanilla very seriously. This is Tahitian vanilla beans in vodka. But it cooks off, of course, the alcohol cooks off. Here's my little spoon. And you just take a little vanilla and say, we're going to put it on our mango. And you can do combinations like maple syrup and vanilla. Just a couple of drops, you know, maple syrup. Local maple syrup is very, very good for you. Cancer preventing. Again, with the flavonoids. So you can just drizzle a little bit of your maple syrup on there.
Well, I really love how this plays into,
very healthy.
I love how this plays into some of the other things that we talk about, because we the OT that I work with, Mandy, she's just fantastic, and she talks about bridge foods. And so if a kid will like the maple syrup or cinnamon or other dips or something like that, you can use it as a bridge to try a new food. So this is fantastic. I love it.
Absolutely. And you know, how easy for summer, you know, you have an activity to do with the kiddos, or, you know, even just fun for yourself to get creative and try something new. You know, it's refreshing and so good. I mean, there is nothing, I mean, grilled pineapple, once you have some of that, you know how sweet it is anyway, but that has the, you know, the bromelain, which is the enzyme that helps to dilate your blood vessels and everything. It's really good to eat in the heat. You know, consider the fruits are plentiful when it's hot. You know, you want to eat seasonally and make sure you're getting all of that hydration.
The other thing that I really love is that, especially because my kids are both gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy limited. So what I love is this also helps parents of kids that are not gluten-free and dairy-free really reinvent the campfire and grilling and cooking out. So it's not like, you know, you think of s'mores, right? And graham crackers and marshmallows and things, but these are really healthy alternatives to reconsider how I might have a campfire that not just is inclusive of that kid with gluten or dairy allergies, but it's inclusive of everybody, and it's making it a healthier experience across the board. So I think these are some really great tips for just reinventing that as well. And there's so many takeaways that transfer over into what we do that you've showed us today that I'm really excited to do our next recipe and share it with our group. So we're just really excited to share it, Sandi. And you're working on another cookbook, right?
I am. Yes, I have at least 40 recipes already lined up for book number 2. It's very exciting. Now that my son has graduated, I have some time to finish this summer. and hopefully it's available for Christmas or the New Year. So
yeah, please let us know when that's out, because we can't wait to share it with everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, Desire to Be Well. This is 187 pages of information and inspiration, and 95 recipes that are all gluten-free, dairy-free, low glycemic, unprocessed sugars. It also has a chapter on healthy swaps. So it allows you to make those healthy changes. You know, for whatever diet that you're following, there's options for you. So it's very comprehensive, and there's a lot of love in there too.
There sure is.
Food is love.
Sure
food is medicine, food is love. That's the message.
I love it. Well, Sandi, thank you so much for your time and attention today. And we're going to have you back here, same place, same time, to share more incredible recipes. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks, everybody.